Good evening everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm now on my second shift. Hope you're all having a great evening, by the way, because there's a lot of love and respect coming out, just oozing out of this cab, because I know that you're still there behind me, following me on my journey to freedom in my truck. Yes, I'm still here, I'm still in my truck, I'm still journeying along. Hopefully it's not forever, that's all I can say, and it probably won't be, but only time will tell. So yes, I'm on, like I said, I'm on my second shift, and I went into the office, clocked in, looked at my box, see what runs out. I've got 3 drops in a collection at Barnsley. That's the furthest. Everything else is pretty local, but my collection is at Barnsley. That's the furthest I've got to go. And while I was here, a gentleman walked into the counter, oldest gentleman, Scottish, walked to the counter and said to the person behind the counter, "Remember what I told you last time I was here? BS baffles brains." Now, if you've been in the military, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Obviously, you know what BS is. It's bull, SH1T, baffles brains. We used to say it all the time in the army. Don't know whether they said it in the Navy, in the Air Force, I don't know. But yeah, and I looked at him and I says, "Yeah, ex-military, mate." He says, "Yeah, I am. 16 years in the RMPs." I'm like, "Oh. Okay, 23 years," and I just walked out. It's got to be done. If you're military veteran, then you'll understand the feelings between the cherry berries, the RMPs, and us in the army. A bit about the same as what civilians are like with the police now. Yeah, they're hated. It's plain and simple. I remember when I went to Lichfield for my my initial induction. We do your pull-ups, your press-ups and sit-ups, and then you do a mile run, blah blah blah, and then you do classroom work. While you're in the classroom, the instructor was there at the front asking all the students individually, "What corps are you going into? What are you going to do? What kind of branch are you going into?" Around everyone, and there's this guy at the back, I'll never forget it, and he says, "And what about you?" "RMPs." That was it. The room just just went dead. Or you could hear everybody just turned around slowly and looked at him and thought, "Yeah, your face is marked, mate." It's got to be done. And yeah, I had my run-ins with the RMPs when I was in the military, as did thousands of other ex-service personnel and personnel that's still in the army now. You know, we've all had our differences with them. So, and it's a bit like the police of today. There's no respect for them. They've lost control. I personally think they have lost control. Because I can remember when I was a kid, I was born 67, so I think about 10 years, but 77, 78, something like that, when I first got nicked by the police. I was on top of a factory roof. Somebody bubbled us. There was me and a couple of my mates up there, and the police came and dragged us down, and it just put the fear of God into us. Just stood there. I always remember my hands were behind my back. I was trembling, absolutely terrified, petrified. But that's what they did back then. That's the way that the police were. But you were more scared that your parents found out that you got nicked by the police, because they disciplined you. They disciplined you back then, and that's, unfortunately, that is what is missing in this day and age. There's no discipline for the kids nowadays. I'm sad to say, and there's probably millions of people out there that totally agree with me. If you don't, then drop us a comment. But I know where these non-believers would come from. So, my era was totally different to what the era is now. My decade was the 80s. I lived and breathed the 80s. My wife says I still do now. I'm still back in the 80s. Love the music. The music was amazing. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So drop us a comment again. What is your favourite decade when you were growing up? Might be the 60s, 70s, 60s, obviously everybody was stoned. 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, whatever. Just drop us a comment. Tell me your favourite decade and why. So yeah, love the 80s. Obviously the music was great. You could get in the pubs when you was about 14, 15 and nobody bat an eyelid. Still at school, I was still drinking. It was insane. And it was probably like that back in the 70s as well. I remember going to the pub with me mum and dad and sitting outside in the beer garden having a sip of my dad's beer when I was about 11 or 12 or something like that, you know. So I know it happened then. So yeah, drop us a comment please, your favourite era. So yeah, I'm gonna hook up to my trailer, I'm gonna go. Just like to say a final word on the golf. Congratulations to Xander Schauffele, who won the US PGA Championship at Valhalla in Kentucky by 1 stroke, and that's all it needs. That's what golf is all about, just that 1 stroke. That's all it needed just to beat it, and he beat Bryson DeChambeau by 1 shot. He birdied the final hole, which was absolutely amazing. It's his first major. He's a young kid. He's always had potential ever since he's hit the scene. Now he's got a major under his belt. He can go for more. He's young enough, and he's a quality player, absolutely quality. Held his nerve, and you know, he got the Wanamaker Trophy at the end. So beautiful. This Friday, I think me and Woody are going to try and get up to a course where Woody lives. It's called Sinfin. We played there once when we tried to break par, and I think we shot 3 over or something like that, which is probably the best we've done. We're going to play there again, and we're going to try and do it again, and at this time we're going to try and play a bit better. So fingers crossed we might do it. So we're going to try and shoot a level par, if not better. I'd love to shoot something better, like I said, and I've always made I said right at the beginning, I've been playing golf for, not constantly, but you know, I started playing golf about 22 years ago, after a really bad football incident. totally ruined my football career, so I had to take up another sport. So I took up golf. Took to it like a duck to water, but I've never ever shot a level par round. Been very close on a few occasions. I was a couple over, gross. So love to do it. So me and Woody are going to try and attempt it as a Texas scramble, and shoot a level par. So that's what we're going to try and do Friday. Fingers crossed the weather's going to be good. It's changing a bit. It's we've had a few specks of rain, and they have forecast rain for the next couple of days. So who knows? We'll see how we get on. Right, I'm gonna have to go. I've got to find my trailer. I ain't got a clue where it is, and I'm gonna hook up, and then I'm gonna go. So take care, drive safe, look after yourself, watch out for those lunatics because they're everywhere. And I'll see you crazy cats tomorrow. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment about your favourite era and why, and whether or not you think the police of yesterday are tougher than the police of today. I know my thoughts. Excuse me. Take care, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.